Hey everybody, Jesse, Schoolcraft Family Farmstead. Doing some more routine car maintenance today. Changing the transmission fluid on our 2017 Equinox. I believe these steps are the same for any Equinox with from 2010 to 2017. It's got the 6-speed automatic transmission, either a 6T45 or a 6T70. That should be the same steps for either one. Pretty easy, pretty simple process. Just got to be a little patient with draining it, depending on how thorough you want to be with getting as much fluid out as possible. So I'm going to let this one drain for probably, I don't know, maybe a couple hours or so, but you don't necessarily have to do that. But anyway, there's no filter on these. It's a sealed transmission, so just doing a simple drain and refill. The owner's manual recommends that you do this every 45,000 miles for severe driving conditions, as they call it. I wouldn't classify our driving conditions as severe necessarily, so I've tried to change the fluid every 50,000 miles on this, and that's just what I was always told growing up, is from my dad and whatnot, the recommended interval is to do it every 50,000 miles. So that's what I'm doing, and this should be the last time we have to change it, because it's got a little over 155,000 miles now, and by the time it's due again, hoping we won't have it anymore, and I'm hoping to get it to 200,000 miles. That's why I've tried to stay on top of the routine maintenance, so that we can make this car last as long as possible and get it to 200,000 miles, and then hopefully by then we'll have something a little newer, at least something with much less mileage than this will have. So hopefully it'll get us another, probably year and a half to 2 years, but we'll see. And but if we take care of this routine maintenance and keep up with that, I do the oil changes every 5,000 miles too. If we keep up with that stuff, hopefully it'll keep going until then. All right, so we're underneath the car here, obviously. There's where your engine meets the transmission. It's your left front wheel there. So if you'll see right there, let's see if I can point to it while holding the camera still. Right there is your transmission drain plug. It takes an 11mm socket, so I'm going to break that loose and get the fluid draining here. Okay, let me get my big arm out of the way. There it comes. Definitely looks like it's needing changed. All right, there's all the old fluid. See, it's pretty dark. It should be a reddish tint to it. I mean, you'll see the new fluid here in just a minute, but so it was needing changed, that's for sure. So anyway, I've got the drain plug back in its slot here, and I'm just going to tighten it back up. I use this Valvoline full synthetic automatic transmission fluid. Regardless of what you use, it doesn't have to be Valvoline, but you want to make sure it is Dexron 6 right there. Definitely want that for transmissions. You can tell I've had these in the garage for a little while. That one maybe even had a little sun fade, but anyway, dirty jugs, but I've had them in the garage for a little while. So it does not have to be Valvoline though, just as long as it's Dexron 6. I just always had good luck with Valvoline ATF, so that's what I've used. I think I actually got this stuff on sale at Walmart. But anyway, should hold somewhere in the neighborhood of 4 to 6 quarts, depending on how much you've allowed to drain out. This stuff was pretty dark, as you could see, so I'm probably gonna need on the higher side of it, probably more towards 6 quarts. So that's why I've got 2 of these jugs. They're 1 gallon, so they're each got 4 quarts in them. Again, this is an 11 millimeter. Get the plug snug back up here. That's good right there. Okay. All right, so here's the top of the engine, a dirty one at that. You can look way down in there behind this wiring here, right there. There's your transmission, the cap for the transmission fluid. And so you can undo that, finger tighten and loosen right there, and so yeah, there's the cap right there. You can see there's the hole straight down right here on the driver's side of the engine. Right there, you can see the oil fill and the transmission fill there. There's no dipstick. It's funny, I actually read a comment on a video a while back. So there's no dipstick on the transmission on these. The only dipstick on it is apparently the guy that designed it without a dipstick. But I know that's becoming increasingly common with newer vehicles. Okay, if you really want to make this easier, you could take the wheel off and it'll be easier to get to, but I don't feel like taking the wheel off. There's the plug right there. Okay, so there's where the drive shaft goes in, right there. There's your wheel and tire, obviously. I'm on the left front side. Obviously that's where your transmission is, right there behind where your drive shaft goes into the transmission. That's the plug that we will need to open up. So you'll want to have it running as you fill it, and once the fluid starts to trickle out of this while it's running, that's when you know it's full. Since you know the only dipstick is the guy that designed this without a dipstick, apparently, according to the comment I read a while back. So this is how you have to figure out if it's full. Okay, it's an 11 millimeter, just like the drain plug was. So I'm going to open this up and then get to filling. There we go. Now it's finally coming out. I think I can get it loosen the rest of the way with my fingers now. Yeah. Yep. Nothing's coming out, obviously, because I already drained everything. But anywho, I'm going to move my drain pan over here, set it underneath this side now, and start adding fluid until I get fluid draining out of this. Alright, there you see a little bit coming out of that plug on the side. I also figured out, I don't know if I'll be able to get it to where you can see, but I was able to, you can see where it's coming out right there. There's the plug too. Makes a little bit of a mess, but that's okay. I think I got it to where I think I put about 5 quarts in it. So now I'm gonna take the funnel out, put the plug back in, and put my cap, the drain cap back on, the drain plug, and then the fill cap, get it put back on down here. So that'll work nicely. I think it was only $4 at Rural King. Just gotta put the cap back on here. You can see it. Kind of spot for it. There it is. Here we go. It's all done. Thank goodness. Should be the last time I have to do that on this car anyway. Okay, just to recap, because I get going and I'm afraid that I've forgotten to include something. So you undo the fill cap first, then go underneath and undo the drain plug with an 11mm socket or wrench. Let the fluid drain however long you want to. This fluid was looking pretty dark like you saw, so I let it drain for a couple of hours to get as much out of it as I could. Put the drain plug back in, go to the side of the transmission. There's the little, I'll call it the fill plug, right next to where the drive shaft goes into the transmission. So once the fluid starts draining out of that plug on the side, you know you have enough in it. Usually it takes, when you're just doing a simple drain and fill, it usually takes somewhere between 4 and 6 quarts, depending on how much you've had drain out. I added roughly around 5 quarts before it started to drain out of the side into a drain pan. So then I put the fill plug back into the side with an 11mm socket or wrench. Again, it's the same plug as the drain plug. And then put the fill cap back on, and that's it. It's pretty simple. There are a few different ways, like some people remove the wheel to make the fill plug on the side easier to access. I didn't, because I didn't want to mess with it. I was able to reach, it's not the easiest, but I was able to reach without removing the wheel. You can get to it underneath, or you can get to it on the side, either one. But anyway, that's it, and that should get us to the time where it's time to get rid of it. I'm hoping the Equinox makes it to 200,000 miles for us, which with that engine, I know it's got some notorious issues, like the rear main seals will blow out, which that had happened to us. I mentioned that in the oil change video that I did, but thankfully it happened right before I parked it, so didn't run it out of oil, and was able to get it fixed. But I mentioned in that other video on the oil change, I've got a love-hate relationship with it. Underpowered, but good gas mileage. But anyway, you can check out that oil change video. I've got it linked here at the end of this video. But if you would like and subscribe, I'd greatly appreciate it. And we'll see you on the next video, whether it's vehicle maintenance or hopefully it's something at the farm, since it's starting to warm up. But we'll see you on the next one. Take care.